Hi guys, welcome back. It's Lipe here, and I wanted to come on here and chat with you guys about something that I've been thinking about lately. This event's not gonna happen for another 9 months, but it's been really on my mind, especially because I'm starting to think about and plan for the starting the process for a transfer. So I wanted to talk about how I felt about inviting my family to my graduation and the last day of my community college before I transfer. So I am getting an AA for Chicano studies, so that's why I'll be graduating and hopefully in June. But I won't be transferring to university in August of next year. It's taking 8 years. By that time, it's gonna be 8 years. It's been a very long journey, a crazy journey of community college. I might do a video on the timeline and events for that one and talk about how you should definitely not follow people so blindly. Not pun intended here, but that's what I did, and I wanted to do a video like that. But that's not what we're doing today. What we're doing today is we're talking about how I feel about inviting my family. All my life, especially in middle school and high school, my achievements, my award for being almost a straight A student. I even, in my, right before I culminated, what is that word? Graduation from middle school to high school. I know there's a specific word, and I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. I was invited to an honors ceremony because I've almost had perfect grades that last semester of that school. I call them semesters now, but we don't call them semesters when we were in high school and stuff like that. But that last part of section B, I think they call it session B of school, I almost had all A's, and so they were giving certificates, and that time I was told I was gonna get a medal. Even I don't know what came up, nothing important. I know for a fact, I remember, because I was so angry and upset, but we didn't go. So that just shows you how unimportant they found my achievements. And so by the end of high school, I was no longer telling them every time I got something good. I was not even showing them my grades, because honestly they could care less. As long as I was passing and I graduated, that's all that mattered. So I didn't tell them about when I would get a reward or when I would be recognized for something in school. And I wasn't talking to a member of my family for almost 3 years through my high school years. And so when I was told that, we were graduating, it was all tickets, everyone's going crazy, I decided to invite this person even with all the problems that we were having, or not problems. I don't know. We were not talking at all. Like, I was pretending this person didn't exist. They were doing the same. And my mom's like, you know what? Just invite them, give them a ticket, and we'll see what happens. I wish I didn't listen to her, because on the way there, this person got a call and called my graduation, or my event, or whatever you want to call it, the ceremony, up in the Hada. I don't know how to translate it in English, but it was a waste of this person's time. They didn't recognize my graduation as an achievement. Nothing. None of them even mentioned that they saw my name up on the board that they have where the families would go in with students that were graduating with honors. My name was up there, and I didn't realize it until this wonderful lady that I met there, that actually, if it weren't for her, I don't think I would have been so successful at high school, because her love and support was I think what I needed to be able to keep my love and excitement for learning alive. Her daughter came to my graduation as well, and so when we were all like leaving, they were hugging. They were both like a little teary-eyed. The teacher's assistant was actually in tears. Her daughter hugged me. She's like, "Oh my God, congratulations! You graduated with honors. I saw your name." And I didn't know my family saw it until I asked a couple weeks later, and they're like, "Oh yeah, is that what it was? We saw it, but we didn't know what it was." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Oh, and I think they were just trying to hide the fact that they didn't care, because it said honors, it said honor students or whatever on the top of the board." And ever since then, I've even kept my achievements even closer to myself. When I graduated the program of independence, I didn't tell him when that was. I just told him, oh, I might be home. I might be finishing this week or next month. I'm not sure. And then one day I told him, hey, can you guys pick me up this week on this whatever? And they're like, oh, you finished it. And I'm like, yeah, I graduated. Did they ask me why didn't I invite them to the graduation? Excuse me. They didn't. And then I asked them the night after. I'm like, oh, what are you guys want to come? And they're like, oh no, it's too far. We'll just pick you up after we get out of work because we have no time to be missing work. So again, they didn't see that as a great achievement, even though I was very proud of myself. I didn't learn how to. That wasn't the first time I learned to use city buses, but it was the first time I rode them by myself. I was confident in that I could do it now. I learned how to cook, even though they believe I don't, because they don't let me touch their kitchen. I learned how to do my laundry. And that's pretty much all I needed to learn from that program. Everything else was like confirmed that I needed confirmation that I knew how to do things right and properly. And yeah, so that's how it ended. And so my dilemma now is, do I invite them to this big moment of mine? I don't want it to be ruined by knowing that their beliefs of that I can't do anything, that I shouldn't do certain things, I shouldn't get married, I shouldn't have kids, all of this because of my disability is kind of like, okay, so you don't believe I can do on a lobby, then you expect me to bring in the money, you know? So it's a place where I'm really struggling in, because I want people that I love to be there celebrating my achievements, but I want them to be there with true joy and true happiness and with real pride of what I have achieved, no matter how long it took me to get there. Whether, you know, they'll actually feel that, I don't know. And I don't want people being there and pretending to be happy for me. I want people that are genuine, and I just want it to be about me and nobody else and what they want. And I don't know. I don't know if anyone has ever experienced this kind of like reaction or behavior from loved ones, but it's the way that I grew up, and I'm kind of used to it, but I'm trying not to allow it to be the norm and to start stepping up and saying, hey, that's not how it is. You know, I know some wonderful couples that have kids and they're all blind. Not the kids, but the parents. I know married couples that have visual impairments and they're very successful. So yeah, that's what I'm going through right now, thinking about whether my own family is gonna go to my graduation or not. I would love to hear some of you guys' stories if you guys ever experienced this. But thank you guys for watching and listening, and we will catch you on the next one. That's Ethos in the background, by the way.